Hi, I'm James Regier, and I'm making this video as a brief demonstration for Bondic locomotive headlight lenses, as appeared in the Aha Moment article for the June 2026 edition of Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine, running extra. First, a little bit of background information. One of my favorite locomotives is a Santa Fe GP35U with added ditch lights. The model was originally made by Kato and had decent detailing out of the box, but I lowered the headlights as per Santa Fe practices in the 1990s and fabricated ditch lights from styrene. I ground the lenses, including those for the ditch lights, from 1/16 inch acrylic rods. Now, when the ditch lights stopped working, I dreaded the repair, since it would likely require dismantling the ditch lights and starting all over again. I remembered that from the first time that I had crushed and destroyed the solder joints on at least one 0402 LED when installing the lens, and I wasn't sure how to dismantle the lenses from the ditch light without destroying them and having to start all over again anyway. Well, the first step to making life easier was designing a replacement ditch light housing in 3D CAD. I designed it with a wire trace running up the mounting peg so that any wiring could be hidden beneath the locomotive's anticlimber. With that part taken care of, I could print dozens of sets of LED ditch lights housings with considerably less effort than making a single one from styrene. Threading the wiring through the tiny holes remained a painful, swear word-inducing process, but that really can't be helped. For the lens, I decided to try a technique I'd learned about from a Facebook forum, using Bondic photoreactive epoxy resin. I'd used Bondic to repair 3D prints in the past. The resin is the same as is used for 3D prints, making it an obvious solution. The new use for locomotive lenses intrigued me. The process for creating the lens is simple, so I'll walk through a demonstration. The first part is installing the LED and threading the wires. This is a tedious, swear word-inducing job, so I'll leave that out of things. You'll want enough wire that you can have the wire threaded, but still have the LED an inch or so away from the enclosure. This will facilitate painting, and I'd recommend a coat of black to kill any light bleed, followed by whatever colors match your prototype. For the interior, I'd recommend a coat of chrome color. Once the paint has dried, then position your LED. Make sure it is nested well inside the enclosure and that the lighting surface of the LED is oriented toward the front. Now, add a few drops of Bondic, enough to cover the LED. Tap it to help the liquid settle into the enclosure and surround the LED. Once this is accomplished, then apply the UV light included with the kit for a few seconds to harden that layer of Bondic. And then when that's completed, add a few more drops to create a nice convex lens surface for your LED. And then you do the same curing process. And with that, you're done with your LED install. And as you can see in these comparison photos, without the lens and with the lens, the LED is nicely magnified. And although I don't have the equipment with me, I'm not presently at home, to light the LED safely, I don't have any resistors, just the magnification of it and the very clear surface will guarantee that it'll produce a nice beam that'll shine down the railroad track, just like you want it to be. Thanks!